Assalamu alaikum. So, inshallah, in today's lecture, we will do the paraphrasing and the stanza comprehension of unit number 10 of your book, NBF English for class 9. And this unit is a poem. The name is Two Mothers Remembered, and written by Joanne Snow Duncanson, and she is the female poetess. Okay, so let's start. So here is the picture. You can see the whole poem from your book. So let's start. Stanza number 1, lines number 1 to 4. I had two mothers I claim, two different people yet with the same name, two separate women, diverse by design, but I loved them both because they were mine. कि मेरी दो माएँ हैं और मेरा दावा है कि दोनों ही दोनों पर ही मेरा दावा है, और ये दो मुख्तलिफ लोग हैं लेकिन इनका नाम एक है, और ये दो अलग अलग औरतें हैं या ख़वातीन हैं जो कि जिनकी तख्लीक जिनकी साख्त बिल्कुल अलग है, मुख्तलिफ है, लेकिन मुझे इन दोनों से बहुत मोहब्बत है क्योंकि ये दोनों ही मेरी हैं. पैराफ्रेजिंग. I had two mothers and I called both of them my own. They were two different people but they had the same name. They were not the same in many ways, each having their own unique qualities, but I loved both because they were mine. Stanza question answers, poetic devices. Alliteration. There are two alliterations examples in this stanza. First is in the line 3. Two separate women, diverse by design. So the repetition of D, diverse by design. And the second one is both because. And this both because is in stanza number 1 and line number 4. Both because. Here. Both because. And in this line there is alliteration. Why? Because the repetition of the B. Both and because. Rhyme as same name. And repetition, repeating two mothers for emphasize. So you can see in the line 1, I had two mothers and then again two mothers. And why is the poet repeating it? Due to and for the sake of emphasize. And then metaphor, differences of mothers is compared to a diverse design. Rhyming scheme is AABB. How many mothers does the speaker claim to have? The speaker claims to have two mothers. Why did the speaker love both mothers? The speaker loved both mothers because they were hers. What was common among the two mothers? They had the same name. How did the speaker feel about both mothers? The speaker loved them both. What does the line diverse by design imply? It implies that the two mothers had different qualities or personalities which were unique. And these qualities are both physical and mental. Stanza number 2, lines 5 to 8. The first was the mother who carried me here. पहली वो माँ है जो मुझे यहाँ पर लाई, यानी जिसने मुझे जन्म दिया. Gave birth and nurtured and launched my career. जिसने मुझे जन्म दिया, जिसने मेरी परवरिश की और मेरा करियर बनाया, मुझे किसी काबिल बनाया. She was the one whose features I bear. ये वही है जिसके physical features भी मेरे अंदर हैं, यानी मेरी शक्ल उनसे मिलती है, मेरे features उनसे मिलते हैं. Complete with the facial expressions I wear. यानी और मेरे जो चेहरे की जो साख्त है वो और उतार चढ़ाव है वो भी मेरी मदर जैसा ही है. तो पहली वो मदर है. Paraphrasing, the first mother was the one who brought me into this world. She gave birth to me, took care of me, and helped me start my life. I look like her and even have the same facial expressions as she does. Now question answers. Poetic devices. First is metaphor, whose features I bear, as it compares the speaker's resemblance to their mother without using like or as. So this is metaphor. Personification, the facial expressions I wear, कि मैं जो facial expressions है वो मैं पहनती हूँ. It is personification because it gives a human-like action wearing to facial expressions which aren't something you can literally wear. यानी आप इसको असल में तो नहीं पहन सकते ना. So this is personification. Rhyming scheme is AABB. Why? Because here and career, this is AA, and then beer and weird, this is BB. Now next question is, what did the mother do for the speaker? She carried the speaker, gave birth, nurtured and helped with the speaker's career. What features of the mother does the speaker have? The speaker has the mother's features and facial expressions. What is the meaning of she was the one whose features I bear? इसका क्या मतलब है? So let's put the question mark at the end. Let's put the question mark. No. So just let us correct it now. Okay. So what is the meaning of she was the one whose features I bear? It means that the speaker looks like her because, or you can write look like her mother. You can also, for clarity, it better that we should write look like her mother. Okay. It means that the speaker looks like her mother because they inherited her physical features. So mostly you can say that for for the poet, usually it is written they or their in the books, and you can also find it from some blogs as well. Why? Because of respect. So you can write they or you can write she, both are correct. Okay, so it means that the speaker, and if you have some confusion you can write the poet, because poet inherited, okay, or poetess inherited. So both, all the things are correct. So now because she inherited her physical features, so what does facial expressions ever mean? It means that the speaker has the same facial expressions as the mother. Stanza 3, lines 9 to 12. She gave her love which follows me yet, along with the examples in life she set. As I got older, she somehow younger grew, and we'd laugh as just mothers and daughters do. Paraphrasing, so what is it meaning? She gave her love, उसने अपना प्यार दिया, which follows me है, जो कि अभी तक मेरे साथ है, मेरे साथ साथ है, मुझे फॉलो कर है. Along with examples in life, she said, उन मिसालों के साथ साथ जो उन्होंने ज़िंदगी में मेरे लिए कायम की. और एज ए गॉट ओल्डर, जैसे जैसे कि मैं बड़ी बड़ी हो रही हूँ, वो छोटी हो रही हैं. एंड वी लव एज जस्ट मदर्स एंड डॉटर्स, जो हम बिल्कुल उसी तरह हंसते हैं जिस तरह माँ और बेटियाँ, माएँ और बेटियाँ हंसती हैं. Paraphrasing, she gave me her love, which is still with me today, along with the lessons she taught me in life. As I grew older, she seemed to become younger in spirit. We loved together like mothers and daughters often do. So, the question answers poetic devices. So, first of all, there is personification, which is love follows. In line 1, she gave her love. She gave her love, which follows me yet. So, love is following. So we are giving the human-like quality to love. So that's why it is personification. Simile is in the last line, and with love as just mothers and daughters do. So here is the word as. Here you can see the word as, and when we do the comparison between two things and we use the word as or like, then definitely it is simile. So here it is, and then alliteration, daughters do. It is also in the last line, daughters do. So this is alliteration, and metaphor is comparing the mother spirit to youth. Here, so she somehow younger grew. So it doesn't mean कि वो असल में छोटी हो रही हैं, कुछ जादू चल रहा है कि वो छोटी हो जा रही हैं. It means कि इनको compare किया जा रहा है कि वो spirit में, या वो अपने mind के लिहाज से, या वो personality के लिहाज से, या और चीज़ों में वो छोटी होती जा रही हैं, यंगर होती जा रही हैं. सो इसलिए ये मेटाफर है कि कंपैरिजन है, लेकिन एज अ लाइक नहीं लगाया. सिंबॉलिज्म, द मदर्स यूथ और यंगर ग्रीव represents her timeless influence and wisdom. So rhyming scheme AABB. What did the mother give to the speaker? Her love and examples in life. How did the mother seem to change as the speaker got older? क्वेश्चन जो है कि जैसे कि जो स्पीकर जो है वो जैसे जैसे बड़ी हो रही हैं, तो मदर में क्या चेंजेस आ रही हैं, कि क्या हो रहा है? As the speaker got older, the mother seemed to grow younger in spirit. What did the mother and the speaker do together? They laugh together like mothers and daughters do. And what is the line, her love, which follows me yet, suggest about the mother's influence? It suggests that the mother's love continues to guide and support the speaker even if time passes. यानी कि वक्त गुजर भी रहा है, लेकिन उनका लव जो मेरे साथ साथ है. How does the speaker's perception of her mother change as she grows older? She seems to grow younger. यानी वो क्या, जो उस perception मतलब उनकी समझ, यानी स्पीकर क्या समझते हैं अपनी मदर के में क्या चेंज आया जैसे जैसे वो बड़ी हो रही है, तो उनको स्पीकर को इस तरह महसूस हो रहा है, उसका उनकी परसेप्शन ये है स्पीकर की कि वो, सो इसका मतलब ये है कि उनकी परसेप्शन जो है कि वो स्पीकर को वो छोटी लग रही हैं. व्हाट इज़ द मीनिंग ऑफ शी समहाउ यंगर ग्रू? इट सजेस्ट दैट द टाइमलेस एंड लविंग नेचर ऑफ देयर बॉन्ड, द मदर बिकेम मोर यूथफुल इन स्पिरिट, possibly reflecting a closer and more playful relationship with the speaker. What is the significance of laughing as just mothers and daughters do? It highlights the natural bond and joy shared between a mother and daughter, showing a special loving connection. What is the tone of the relationship between the speaker and her mother? Loving and playful. This is the answer. And question 9, what is the overall theme of the stanza? The lasting power of a mother's love and influence. Stanza 4, lines 13 to 16. But then came the time that her mind clouded so, and I sensed that the mother I knew would soon go. So quickly she changed and turned into the other, a stranger who dressed in the clothes of my mother. लेकिन फिर क्या हुआ? But then came the time, फिर एक ऐसा वक्त आया that her mind clouded so, कि उनका जो दिमाग था वो clouded हो गया, यानी धुंधला हो गया. धुंधला मतलब confusion सी आ गई, confused हो गया उनका mind. और एंड आई सेंस, और मुझे समझ में आ गई कि द मदर आई न्यू वुड सून गो, कि जो मर के उस माँ वो माँ जिसको मैं जानती हूँ वो बहुत जल्द जाने वाली हैं. सो क्विकली शी चेंज, बहुत जल्दी वो बदल गई. एंड टर्न इनटू द अदर, और एक और में बदल गई, एक दूसरी में बदल गई. अ स्ट्रेंजर, एक अजनबी. हु ड्रेस्ड इन द क्लोथ्स ऑफ माई मदर, जिसने वही लिबास पहना हुआ है जो मेरी माँ का था. Paraphrasing, but then a time came when her mind became unclear and confused. I felt that the mother I knew was going to leave me soon. She changed so quickly and became someone different, like a stranger wearing my mother's clothes. Stanza question answers, poetic devices, alliteration. But then came the time that her mind clouded. So this is in the line one. The sound the th the. So this sound is repeated in the first line, and I sensed that the mother I knew would soon go again. And in the second line again alliteration, and then last in the last line there is my mother, a stranger who dressed in the clothes of my mother. So there are three examples of alliterations. The metaphor mind clouded, so comparing the mental decline or mind confusion to clouding. Visual imagery, there are so much visual imagery like clouding and dressed in the in the clothes of my mother, etc. So there is a visual imagery. You can write some examples. Symbolism, stranger who dressed in the clothes of my mother. It is symbolism because the stranger in my mother's clothes shows how the mother's changed mind makes her seem like a different person even though her appearance is the same. Rhyming scheme is AABB as well. What happened to the mother's mind? Her mind became clouded or unclear. What did the speaker sense about her mother? The speaker sensed that the mother they knew would soon be gone. Again, you can see that I've used the word they because it is a very normal routine to use the they for the speakers. Okay. Again, I'm saying that you can, if you have some confusion, then you can write the word she, or you can write the word poet or poetess as well. Question 3: how did the mother change? The mother changed quickly and seemed like a different person. Okay. Then how is the changed mother described? The changed mother is described as a changed mother, matlab badli hui maa. The changed mother is described as a stranger who wore the clothes of the speaker's mother, and you can also add that her mind is clouded. You can also add that her mind is clouded. Her mind is clouded. Her mind is clouded. So it's better. Clouded. Um, Okay, that's nice. Her mind is clouded. What does her mind clouded so mean about the mother? It means that the mother's mind became confused and unclear. What does the stranger in my mother's clothes represent? It shows how the mother's personality changed so much that she felt like a different person even though she looked the same. How does the stanza show the speaker's feelings about the mother's change? It shows the speakers feel sad and lost because the mother changed so much. What does the stanza tells us about the speaker's relationship with the mother? It tells us that the speaker had a very close and emotional bond with the mother, making the change feel very upsetting. Stanza 5. Oh, she looked the same, at least at arm's length. But now she was the child and I was her strength. We'd come full circle, we women three, my mother the first, the second, and me. वो कह रहे हैं कि ओहो अभी वो मुझे वैसी ही लग रही हैं, लेकिन कम से कम एक बाजू के फासले पे. और अब वो बच्ची बन गई हैं और मैं उनकी ताकत हूँ, और हम एक पूरा दायरा हैं, तीन ख़वातीन, मेरी पहली वाली माँ, मेरी दूसरी वाली माँ और मैं. So paraphrasing is she still looked the same from a distance, but now she acted like a child. यानी दूर से वो अभी भी सेम लगती है, लेकिन आप करीब जाओगे तो आपको मुख्तलिफ लगेंगी. So she still looked the same from a distance, but now she acted like a child, and I had to support her. The three of us had completed a full cycle in our roles. My first mother, the second mother, and me. Standard question answers. Poetic devices is number 1, alliteration, at least, at arm's length. So the repetition of a sound, we women 3, repetition of v sound, my mother, the first m sounds. Visual imagery, oh she looked the same. Metaphor, I was her strength. Speaker is comparing herself to strength. Symbolism, full circle, we come full circle, symbolizes the completion of a life cycle where the daughter now cares for the mother as the mother once cared for her. So this is a full circle, a symbolism. Rhyming scheme is AABB. How has the relationship between the speaker and her mother changed? The speaker now takes care of her mother, reversing their original roles. Reverse कैसे हो गया कि पहले माँ ख्याल करती थी ना, अब जो बेटी है वो ख्याल कर रही है. What does we'd come full circle mean? This is important question. Okay, so please mark it. It means the speaker and her mother have switched the roles, completing a life cycle where the child now cares for the parent. Who are the three women mentioned in the stanza? The speaker, her young mother, and her old mother are the three women. What poetic device is used in I was her strength? A metaphor is used comparing the speaker to strength, meaning she now supports her mother. What is the main theme of the stanza? The main theme is the cycle of life and the changing roles between generations, mother and daughter. The stanza shows how the roles of caregiving shift over time. यानी वक्त के साथ साथ केयरिंग का जो किरदार है वो बदल रहा है. पहले माँ ख्याल करती थी, अब बच्ची ख्याल कर रही है. What does the phrase "we'd come full circle" symbolize in the context of the poem, and how does it connect to the theme of life cycles? "We'd come full circle" symbolizes the completion of a life cycle where the daughter now cares for the mother as the mother once cared for her. It connects to the theme of how roles between parents and children naturally reverse as they age. How does the tone, यानी कि दोनों में की एजिंग हो रही है, बच्चे की भी और बच्चों की भी और पेरेंट्स की भी. How does the tone of the stanza shift as the speaker reflects on the past and present relationship with her mother? The tone shifts from nostalgic to accepting. The speaker reflects this spelling. Let's correct the spelling. The speaker reflects. Reflects. The speaker reflects on her past, but also embraces. Accept. You can also write accept, but also accepts. Embraces is also correct. Embraces means kabul karna, and you can also write accepts. Both are correct. Accepts. The present situation with her mother, showing both tenderness and a sense of duty. Stanza 6, you can also write in order to make it easy, showing a sense of duty. Okay, now it's more easier for you. Okay, now it's easy and it's comparatively better. Stanza 6, and if my own children should come to a day, or when a new mother comes and the old goes away, I'd ask of them nothing that I didn't do. Love both of your mothers as both loved you. के और जब मेरे अपने बच्चे उस दिन को आएंगे जब a new mother comes, जब एक नई माँ आएगी and the old goes away और पुरानी चली जाएगी, I'd ask of them nothing that I didn't do. मैं उनसे ऐसा कुछ नहीं कहूँगी जो मैंने ना किया हो. लव बोथ ऑफ योर मदर्स, अपनी दोनों माओं से मोहब्बत करो जैसा कि उन दोनों ने तुमसे की. Okay, now paraphrasing. If the time comes when my children have a new mother and the old one leaves, I would only ask what I did myself to love both of your mothers just as both loved you. This means the same mother but in two different stages of life, one when she was young and the other when she became old. I have written this in the parentheses because it is not the part of the stanza. Stanza question answers, poetic devices, alliteration that I didn't do, the repetition of D, repetition love both of your mothers as both loved you. So in this line, repetition of love and both. Rhyming scheme is AABB. Explain in easy way. I'd ask of them nothing that I didn't do. यानी आप इसको आसान अल्फाज से बताएं इसका क्या मतलब है. This line means I would not ask my children to do anything that I did not do myself. यानी मैं in other words, the speaker wants the children to follow their example. यानी मैं आपको कुछ भी ऐसा करने को नहीं कहूँगी जो मैंने खुद ना किया. Okay. What does the speaker ask the children to do when a new mother comes? The speaker asks her children to love both the new and the old mother. What would be the speaker's advice to her own children? The speaker's advice to her children is to love both the new and old mothers equally. She wants them to show care and respect to both, just as both mothers loved them. The advice is to be kind and loving even when things change. So, this is indeed a very emotional and a loving poem, and I hope that you would understand it completely. All the stanzas. So, Assalamu alaikum.